All right, here we go. Let's come off the ball with a purpose. It's Camp Credentials powered by Cox. Paul Calvisi, Dave Pasch. Dave, we're moments removed from our first camp skirmish, but no chance of fisticuffs here. I mean, come on, we got the same shirt on, if nothing else. Teamwork.
It's a little different, at least, than the other guy that's part of the broadcast team. I mean, if you're part of the team, wear the shirt.
That's right. That's right. Wolf still has to earn a spot on this team. That's the bottom line. All right, so let's talk about linebackers here. We were just watching some of the defensive drills. Now, this roster, official roster, says Isaiah Simmons is a linebacker. Yet, in the drills, he's playing safety. And when you ask Vance Joseph, he calls him a star backer, which I guess means hybrid.
They're going to move him around, Paulie. He's so used to that. It's what he did at Clemson. It's what he's done here. I'm sure once the season gets going, we're going to see him all over the place. And even if you try to define the position he plays with a label, it's not like you're just going to see him at safety or you're just going to see him inside. You're going to see him come off the edge, rush the passer. They're going to take advantage of his versatility, which I get. The guy's a freakish athlete.
Yeah, he's very unique. And Cliff Kingsbury said more than once this offseason, they figured out what he does best. That seems to be off the ball quite a bit. That seems to be in different spots, giving the offense and the quarterback a lot to think about, right?
Yeah.
It could be inside. It could be mugging the A or B gaps with a blitz. It could be off the edge. It could be deep safety. It could be all the above in a single game.
Sure. Well, think back to the play he made a couple years ago against Russell Wilson and Seattle. I mean, there are not a lot of guys his size that can make that play, and he's done some things out here at camp where you watch him in coverage, you're like, a guy that size should not be able to do that. But I also think he can be really good off the edge, rushing the passer. And, yeah, I think there are players usually the offensive coordinators will account for. Chandler Jones was a guy you always had to worry about where he is. Maybe Isaiah Simmons becomes that type of guy, not because he's a pass rusher, but because you don't know where he's going to line up or what they're going to ask him to do on a given play.
All right, so what does that mean for the other first-round linebacker, Zaven Collins? In the open portions, we've seen Isaiah Simmons as a hybrid safety and then Zavin Collins and Nick Vigil inside, side by side.
Yeah, the Vigil thing is not surprising. It's why they went out and got him. He's a veteran. He's in his late 20s, started a lot of games last year. So you know what you're getting with Nick Vigil. I think they needed somebody similar to Jordan Hicks in that respect that would know the defense and would be a solid guy in the middle. And, you know, from a body type standpoint, he's a lot different than Zavin Collins. It's year 2 for Zaven, first non-COVID year. It's first non-COVID year really for Isaiah Simmons as well. So you hope that Zavin Collins will be more comfortable with the defense and what they're asking him to do, and that you're much more in a better position in terms of just having solid guys that know exactly what they're doing, because you know what you're going to get from your back end. I think the Cardinals' back end is really good, especially at safety. Yeah. You have to be good at inside linebacker to win in the NFL, and they're hoping with Vigil in year 2 for Zavin Collins that's an area where they've upgraded.
And look, if Zavin Collins isn't calling the defense, it's not that big a deal, at least to me.
I agree.
As long as he's one of those 11, he's on the field, he's making a play, he's making a difference out there. Nick Vigil has called the defense before in his past. Jalen Thompson has been wearing the green dot in a lot of these. So it could be a variety of guys, different guys at different times. You just need someone who's on the field all the time. So if it is a Jalen Thompson, that makes sense. In terms of other depth at the inside linebacker spot, Cardinals seem to have it with the likes of a Tanner Vallejo, a Zeke Turner, a Joe Walker. I mean, there's a lot of guys fighting for a spot in the 53.
Right, and a lot of the guys you mentioned are special teams guys. So is Ezekiel Turner going to play a ton of defense? Probably not, but he's somebody that's been around. He's somebody that's been in the system that you know is going to be a good special teams player, and if you need him to play defense, he can. Dennis Gardex, kind of an interesting guy. We've watched Dennis play obviously well coming off the edge. Maybe we'll see him in coverage some as an inside linebacker this year.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Camp Credentials, matching shirts and all, powered by Cox.